Spanish team making it here as well. Fob comes back, we got a top German team. Like, the more multinational it gets, the happier I'm gonna be.
In the first year of CWL and Black Ops 3, I remember you saying something. You said you do some pretty absurd things to yourself if you could have a country from each region.
Oh, I'll never forget. It was stage 1 relegation. I was in Europe casting, and I believe it was Fob versus Vitality.
Yeah.
And it had 100,000 people watching. Like, there are hungry fan bases there. They just need to catch up.
Listen, the country of France, pay one of the Optic members to come represent you guys and be on a team out there. That'll lead you to victory.
Well, here we go. The replay now underway. On board with Karma. He's still going to be going with the armored class. Nice shots there as he picks Riskin off the firebox.
Oh, this time.
Yeah, I
almost
thought,
sound just completely changed.
Well, I thought the loadout I saw at the bottom, we started talking. I'm like, oh, opening break, he's got the FG. And then all of a sudden, we switch over and he had the sub.
Optic didn't like the last break off.
Apparently, yeah.
So now they change it up for this one. Mauls with the 2-piece. Remember, I mentioned him. Mauls is the guy that in a lot of these scrappy hard points so far for Vitality has been the one, for the most part, holding his own. I can think of multiple times on St. Marie in that bottom middle where he's been an absolute beast. It's the rest of the team that at times begins to lag behind.
Now, little does this Vitality player know that he was spotted by Scump. So Scump's going to tuck away in the corner. There's the first kill. Second in front as well. Big plays by Scump fighting for spawns. You still have a couple players in lights right now for Vitality, but what looked like, I think in their eyes, pretty good control for the rotation falls apart because of Scump.
Look at what Scump just did on this rotation. Kills the guy holding the spawns. Snaps on the second for the challenge, nades the guy in the hill and gets him weak so Karma can challenge, and then baits himself out and trades a kill for the final player, gets involved in every engagement there. Big reason why Optic have yet to give up a point is because he single-handedly wins a rotation for OG.
Can we check something? Can we check form real quick? Did he switch to us? Okay, so he has swapped. I was just curious if it was the opening break or if maybe they're mixing things up.
But isn't this what you'd love to see? On Karma, he's rocking the armored prime, right? Making sure, you know, he's got what he needs for gunfights. He can blast through those stuns. Formal, who you're just kind of letting run around and just be annoying. Airborne Hunker, speed, eating a nade if he needs to. You know his shot's going to be good enough. He's not worried about running primed. It's a smart class breakdown for Optic.
Karma is on a 6 streak right now. He was very close to picking up streaks if he can keep this going. And he's going to be pivotal. Pivotal.
Dude,
why do I struggle with that word? Pivotal.
Isn't that the second time
yes,
you've done that?
Pivotal. Great new words, but there's the streaks. As he's able to pick them up top mid, but it is Vitality in the hardpoint now. They're down huge because the opening 2 hardpoints. But this is a particular hardpoint where you can't get a ton of time. Maybe they can make a play here and crawl back into this.
Yeah, they're doing a smart setup right now, keeping the pressure towards this front door. Essentially like an assembly line setup, right? You have your first line of defense. The second he dies, the next person falls into his place. They come off spawn. They just pick up their closest positioning and hold that spot. Right now, it's risking his job, hold the back door. Unfortunately, Optic Gaming members have recognized that's the weak part of the setup. They've flooded it and broken, and now Optic are going back to expanding on this lead.
Riskin there tries to get away with his life. He tags Formal, but runs right into...
Oh, gosh. How many
Karma then?
So does Karma have... Oh, my goodness.
And this, I mean, I told you they're able to win games when it's scrappier now, but they also can still do this to you, where you have a couple minutes into the game, 2 players fully streaked out, and this slaying edge completely to Optic
Can we check
Gaming.
Scump's class for 1 second? Oh, see, like, this is where it's scary. You have Scump and Formal running Airborne Hunker PPSHs. You have Karma, who's got the armored prime for when he's got to get down and dirty in the hard point, and then Krim, who's only got 11 engagements in total, basically just putting his feet up and playing this map.
And this is what I mentioned before this map. This isn't a map where Krim is going to statistically usually shine. It's going to be on those 3 subs. This is very reminiscent of what we saw. But, you know, I talked to him after the match with Rise, and he said, like, they were doing their job. It was, like, fun for me. I stood near the hard point and watched them run around and kill everything. Very much what you're seeing here is everybody drops for Vitality, all now popping here on water side. He already had Karma in a position to try and make a play, but Whalers will get the better of him. Roaming in fire is going to be Formal as he wins a one-on-one gunfight, but will effectively be traded out. But I know we haven't pointed the scoreline out too much because it's not very close. Unfortunately, this is kind of what you expect in this matchup.
Yeah, the 14 kill difference now with 2 full sets of streaks. Karma's already close, trying to go for this pinch on the spawns. And look at that, they've cleared everyone out. during that streak, so he knows I'll just go for the next person pushing. That's from lower docks.
And this is usually a hard point that'll be relatively back and forth. It can be easy to contest at times, but they're spawning them out so far and have so much control. I mean, this has been uncontested points so far for Optic.
But even back to the point with Optic and where they've struggled a little bit, this was a map that in the past, their setups got broken a lot when they rotated. Right now, for every time Optic has rotated or gotten control of a hill, they have not given up a second of time. It happened on the first hill. It happened obviously on the second when they were up like 70-0. And then once they broke the lower docks, which Vitality got 31 seconds, they have not looked back since.
Approaching the 200-point mark now as Scump continues to roll. A couple kills in a row. He's 18-8, tags up multiple. We'll see if they get finished by Optic Gaming. But now let's rotate out to our next set of rotations, as it doesn't look like we're going to see very many hard points in this game one.
No. Vitality will be here first. A split spawn from Optic might actually help them out here, as I don't think Vitality are prepared for people to literally come from every single angle. Fighter Pilot comes in with 2. That'll push everybody on out of the hard point. Optic Gaming now going to break the 200-second mark. Maven, it looks like we got a 100-point club to start this series.
It certainly does. Karma now tucked away inside a fire, gets a free kill, tacks up a second in the back. There's a third there at Water versus Whalers. He calls him out, and Scump able to finish it. You saw how scary right there this Optic Gaming team can be. How many times has it been? I know 4 down, not as important as something like CTF, but the number of times they just cleanly wiped him off the map is kind of unreal.
This switch for Optic just looks so much better. It just looks so much better. Crim was just water stairs there with an FG42, and the rest are just sprinting around with SMGs. It just frees them up to play a completely different play style that we haven't seen from them so far in this game. And when you have Formal who's still absolutely able to hold his own with that SMG, it's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, it helps when you shoot very, very straight. It turns out that the gun you have doesn't matter. He started out, what, 9-6 on a 3 streak. He's now on a 6 streak. He's now exploded to 23-11.
The spawn just flipped on him. They actually were just pushing so far forward that everyone that spawned lower just wound up spawning out.
Well, based on the way this game has been going, I don't know that it matters where Optic Gaming is spawning.
Oh, no. Not at all. They'll get out of the hill for a second. A couple more pushes left for Vitality. Either way, though, -10 from Mauls, -8 from Xerox, -6 from Whalers, -8 from Riskin. Rough map.
Yeah, we're going to see another hard point due to the fact that they cleared him out for a second, but it's likely going to be one more. Vitality was set up in docks the first time through, and that's where they got a majority of their time. But I mean, right now it just seems like a matter of moments here before Optic's able to probably get a break here in transition. They only need, what, 8 more points here?
Yeah. And here it should come with this pinch developing now from Karma. Should have the drop on 1 here momentarily. Looks like he'll go ahead and call on us. Oh, I thought he was calling a streak, but no.
Yeah, it looked like it was for a moment, just kind of based on what you saw there on X-Ray. Couple of kills going to Optic. Scump down low. Whalers has got to make the kill here, and things definitely going to fall apart. Unfortunately, it's not just Scump here now. The entire Optic Gaming team is now in. They're at least contesting. Once they find this kill, it may be done. There's the break. This should be the final couple of ticks here. A convincing victory for Optic Gaming in map 1.
Yeah, GG. 250-70. Optic go up 1-0. A quick note there on that final hill.
Here to get a victory. I mean, for me, the big thing is, have you done your homework? I mean, there's a lot more VOD out now than there was, a couple months ago when we were just coming out of Dallas. Teams like Red have been doing their homework. Has Vitality done the same?
I'm actually really interested to see how this breakdown goes. Formal's going to go to the typical snipe spot. Okay, so they're going to go with a more standard setup for Vitality. 1 player in ruins, 1 back B, 1 mid street. Grim knows he's weak in 1 in middle. Formal knows, sorry, he's weak in 1 in middle.
And he has also been weakened. So back down for a second, but there's the flick. We'll see you later, Riskin.
And that's just a gunfight you can never lose if you're Whalers. GG. Round 1 done, Optic up 1-0.
That almost felt like some of the hard points there, where it's like all 4 Vitality players just dropped in a matter of seconds. How it went here in Search as well. You get that first snipe, and then what? You count to 5 and the round's over.
Yeah. No, that one, it's actually an interesting setup from Optic. So we've been seeing more and more that this strategy is the person solo holding A, instead of kind of wrapping back for his team, will begin to push through and look for a kill on Fire Alley or push the back bunker and pin them at B. There, Crim plays right outside that first hard point and then just kind of goes, oh, I'm expected to come up. My teammate died there. Great, I baited out 4. I'll get my kill anyway and trade it. Interesting to see how certain teams are making adjustments. Scump sniping too.
Yeah, you mentioned that on Hot Mike. He was pulling it out a little bit in the 2K.
I think he had one good map in the 2K and tweeted publicly, "I'm the best sniper in the league now."
Yeah, that is the Pro League challenge, and that is the confidence of Scump. But you've got 2 snipers right now, unarted. I mean, I've seen that a lot on Texas, but not very frequently here. I think it's the first time I've actually casted with 2 snipers, to be honest with you. If I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence thing. Formal whiffing a couple right there, helping Scump's argument that he's the best sniper in the league. There's one.
And this just can't be fun to deal with.
Well,
Scump sniping on one end, Formal on the other.
Listen, it's okay that they're struggling with it right now, right? If you're Vitality, you talk about how rare it is, and they've got it down to a one-on-one. Oh, did he see Krim? I don't think so, and I think Krim might have just spotted him.
Let's find out. Now they know each other's location. Krim gets 1 bullet in, has to back down. That's a tough gunfight to take unless he can get up a little bit closer to cover. But nice play there from Vitality, and they'll tie it up at 1-1. And I think you saw some nice plays from the sniper, but also things can start to fall apart.
Exactly. And the big thing for me is Vitality, instead of kind of losing that round, being caught off by 2 snipers, they win, and now they've got information. Whoa, Optic are going with a 2-sniper setup. How can we now answer that? Is it overwhelming a site with smokes and stuns and just getting that first blood?
Do you think we see that again?
Do we see that again?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
But for example, that change in a round from Optic shown off in the first round of the game, and Vitality still won. So now they can react to that and have that in the back of their mind as the map goes on.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a heavy B hit. Xerox is just getting flooded with grenades. I was about to say maybe gets away with his life, but Krem hits him on the cross. Whalers, just get out of there, buddy. Whalers runs. Scump is hunting him.
Does anyone on Optic have a stun on? I think... No, because I think there was a smoke.
Smoke, and then you saw the 3 nades fly in towards Xerox there at the beginning of the round. It is a 2 versus 2, though, so what looked very scary earlier for Vitality has at least balanced out right now.
1v1. Malls and Scump. Uh-oh, Scump's been spotted.
That grenade may be an issue, but Scump goes for the high ground. Smart play and nice shots there. Wow. That's a good job from Scump. Avoid the grenade, get to the high ground.
One thing I will say, that first blood from Xerox, the reason I asked if anyone on Optic had a stun is because he was running Airborne Hunker, and obviously a stun there slows him down, doesn't let him reach that mid-ruins. Unfortunately for him, I believe, as you mentioned, there were so many nades coming that he got tagged by one, and he had to wait out a second, and because Optic didn't hesitate, he got killed before he could reach mid-ruins. His only goal there is to get into mid-ruins as fast as possible. But when he gets zoned out like that, you can see he's just a dead man walking, and that's how Optic get the first blood.
We'll see if it's a change in defensive setups here. Can we check Scump real quick? Okay, so I believe it still is the 2-sniper setup.
So what's funny right there is Krim...
Nope, never mind, take it back.
Krim just had to nade his mid lane because they never had anyone in mid-ruins. You saw him go 1 shot right there, and you're wondering, why did he just nade that? Typically, you have someone in mid-ruins like Karma, but because Karma's also running an AR, he doesn't rush there right away. So Krim actually has to expend his nade, worrying about his mid lane being pushed. Nice shot from Scump.
Gets it, and able to back away with his life. Krim at the same time winning 1 mid-map. Scump's gonna reposition right into the bullets of Xerox. Xerox, though.
He's pinned.
1v3, and like you said, pinned and
see the push through A?
Dead to rights. And this is a very hard gun. Well, I was gonna say this is a very hard gunfight to take, but he did back Karma down for a moment.
Okay. There you go. So again, right there, instead of teams wrapping back, you no longer really see this wrap back to the spawn. It's now just an OE and pin them in that back bell area. Think of the gunfights you have to get in if you want to break out of that back bell with your track there. You either need to challenge the top B heady, the mid lane heady, the mid fire tank, or the back bunker heady. Good luck on any of those once you're pinned there.
As soon as you lose the player, whoever's trying to watch flank, whether it's your player playing mid-map, whoever's in that role, once you get in that type of position, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
If no one's watching the backside, it's just a matter of time before eventually you're going to get picked off. Back on with Scump.
Already pressure coming through, and he's been spotted. Malls will have to back up. That was Krim who got the spot, and the player pushing the first hard point.
And Krim, I think, yeah, he was in a bit of a battle there with the Malls, who was set up on wood. He had to back down. Wasn't sure if he was pushing towards cave. Now he's spotted him, and he's just pinned right now, but almost just comes in and gets 3 clean ones to the head of Malls.
He's got to get down. Yeah, he's 1 bullet.
Oh, now he's got a little bit of help here from Karma, though.
Not a single SMG in the Optic Gaming setup. They still have the smoke from Crim, wondering if they use that to try to smoke off this front cabin door. But they've got to be worried about 2 in the A heady, which is, I think, why they're still keeping themselves kind of spread out amongst the map. Xerox with first blood, though, will completely change the dynamic of this round.
Xerox with 2 big ones. Scump and Formal deleted. Now a tough spot here for Crim and Karma, but can they get it done? They know they have one in the back. Rock and Crim able to push forward and pick up 2 kills, but he is traded out. Now Karma, who was working with him, knows the position of 1, but that's not a gunfight you're ever going to win.
Nice job by Whalers. That's just...
It was Xerox that got it going, though.
You could see the hesitation from Optic. They spotted 2 already at A. At times, we'll see that cross block the person from middle. But because they already had a player pushed up mid ruins and a player top B, they said, you know what, we've got mid lane watched. We've got your top B push watched. You just help him with any pressure that comes at the A play. That's why the smoke really didn't do much. You know, it helped a little bit, but it bought them time.
Well, if Karma gets to that position, he's not already in cabin. He probably has a kill.
Yep.
Riskin getting aggressive up mid-map. Scump, who was first blood in the last round, now gets 2. Karma attacks on the 3rd, and it's Riskin mid-map by himself. Some nice shots there to give him a chance. He would need the ace here. Spots Formal, some nice shots, but he was already tagged up and weak, and he will get cleaned up. Another round there to Optic Gaming.
Beautiful stuff for OG. Formal doesn't get much easier than that. This round does have an FG42, so it's like they're torn right now between these 2 sniper setups, what they want to do.
Well, you know, we talked, I believe when I talked to Seth on Hot Mic just about what they need to improve on, you know, he mentioned S&D and CTF, something they really need to work on. I think that maybe is why you see them trying some different stuff a little bit.
Yep.
Because they've been, well, you saw how rock solid they're feeling in hardpoint right now.
Oh, now they want the snipe. They've sent Stump over here to try to eliminate Malls, as Crim probably called out that he gets aggressive with peeking this heady. That's exactly what Scump is looking for, wondering if Malls plays it differently now, knowing that there could be this threat.
And the big difference, you don't have that second player in cabin. Well, you will now, but kills do go back and forth. There are 2 on, 2 on defense, but Whalers peeks, and Whalers gets the pick. 2 versus 2, make it a 2 versus 1. It's all going to be on Malls, and he's in cave. He's very close to getting good timing on Crim, but Crim just sneaks away.
So he knows where both players are. That's his silver lining. He knows one just planted B, and he knows that Crim is near this backfire tank somewhere.
But now, time is going to be against him. We'll take a look at the positioning from Optic. You have 1 at Bell, 1 at U.
Karma should hear him.
Malls has to make a play. Malls makes a play. He wins 1. Karma should have won that gunfight. Now you have 20 seconds, though. Time is against him. Has to go. He has got to go. And Crim holding a very aggressive angle here. Spots him, tags him, finishes him. Another round for Optic Gaming.
It's the beauty of infantry. Crim peeks on out and watch him just slowly strafe back to the left, back into cover. He's got the extra strafe speed with infantry on. It's the exact goal with the setup. Look, he was literally spraying out of cover. If he doesn't get that kill there, great. The bomb's planted for him. There's 15 seconds left. He doesn't care. He has no intention of staying there and getting gunned.
No, it's a good point, though. I mean, if he has armored on there, doesn't have scope or something, he can't wide peek like that.
Yep.
He's able to be a little bit more aggressive with the angle due to infantry.
And he knows his player has to kind of move quick and sprint forward. Here's now Vitality. I like this. Look, making a play with smokes, trying to push towards this site. They know there's been a sniper setup, but look at Optic. They've actually already sent 3 to mid lane. Vitality could be falling into a trap right now with how Optic Gaming have rotated towards this side.
Karma answers back.
They know it. They know it.
That pushes Vitality out. Look at this, trying to rotate very, very quickly. Does Optic respond in time?
Because once Karma gets a kill there, Karma's been mid-ruins this entire game. Obviously, Optic has stacked this site if he's getting a kill at the back ice alley.
And they're not ready. Look at Crim. Crim's looking fire cut. He doesn't realize how quickly they rotated out of that. Great play from Vitality.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Bomb will go down. 3 versus 2.
Scump. Can he make a play here with the machine pistol? Spots 1. He's gonna back away. Karma does get a kill. So Karma will have a 1 versus 2. Nade comes in. He's eliminated very quickly. And Vitality trying to claw back into this.
Brilliant stuff. No hesitation. Works out for them perfectly right there, Maven. They read the scenario. You saw they sent 4 to A. They wanted an all-out smoke play to happen.
Well, and you said the no hesitation is the big thing. I mean, 5 more seconds go by, Crim's no longer looking at Fire Alley. He's in U looking to make a play, or at least watching the cross to the back. But they got there so quickly, you could just tell by the location. Well, basically the way the arrows were facing on the minimap for Optic, they were not ready for that at all.
Not at all. So Vitality will stay alive in this game because of it, risking 10 kills on this map with a plant and 2 first bloods. And wait, Whalers had to have. Did Whalers not have Armored on?
Unless a second grenade came in, which may have been the case. I mean, they triple naded in the one time before.
Yeah. Just like that, 3 versus 2, Optic pushing forward. They know Riskin's close. They know Riskin's dead. Maul's all by himself. I think they're just gonna rotate. They know they have time. They've got mid lane already cleared. They know where Maul's is. Here, if you have it set up, Crim will probably, play towards watching this back ice. That's a little bit of an aggressive peek there, pal.
Yeah, we talked about infantry and how he can wide peek. You've already got hard-aimed Mauls there. You won't find many easier kills than that. 1 versus 1, though. Bomb planted for Optic Gaming. It's on Karma here to try and close out this map, too. It's on Mauls to try and keep them alive in this game, too.
And I think Karma might just be playing around him not going for a defuse of any sort. 23 seconds left. Mauls checking everything. Look, I mean, look, Karma, look at it. Oh, that's so smart. Karma just peeks it at the perfect time. He'll just see if he crosses a sight. Now he knows he doesn't have to check until a certain amount of time, and he can see it from this area. Oh my God. There you go. He's got it. GG. Optic up 2-0.
They dominate in the game 1. It's a little bit more back and forth in game 2, but 7 series?
Yeah, with potential for 0-42.
Oh, yeah, it's double round. Yeah. 0-42 would be impressive.
0-42.
I don't think we'll see that, but that would be impressive. But here we go. Game 3, Flak Tower, CTF. Checking out Sky Camera here. As you can see, the opening breaks from either team. Scump getting pushed by multiple players. Formal should be able to trade out at least one, and he does just that. On the other side, it's Karma. Kind of back and forth battle. 3 down for either. It's really like a Whalers Crim 6 1v1 right now, and Crim 6 wisely playing his life. Whalers on the other and pushing him. He should know something's up here.
That was funny. You can see how badly Crim wanted to ego challenge that, but because the rest of his team was either coming off spawn or just barely holding their lane, he knew he had to fall back and play.
It's a good position to challenge from in a lot of cases.
You saw his internal battle. He was pre-aiming through the wall like this is where he'll be, but he just couldn't do it. Whalers 1 shot, he'll get cut down, and Xerox is the final player here for Vitality on the push. And look, right now, look at Mauls back in the base. They're worried about a player from Optic being that far pushed up already. A little bit of a hole in the communication for Vitality. They should know everyone's just coming off spawn or was just in spawn.
Well, I mean, he gets involved in that. It might be just like tic-tac-toe there. It's just 1 by 1 by 1. They were starting to drop. At least he's here for defense now, but will it be enough? The answer seems to be no. The only person now up is Riskin. 3 go down in quick succession for Vitality, and this looks to be an opening cap here for Optic Gaming in the first 90 seconds.
Karma just goes soaring forward. Scump should cover middle. 1-0, Optic Gaming. As again, Formal will look for streaks. Optic will push out every single lane, clear their base, and Maven, I said it from the first map, I'm worried about Vitality and their chances in game 3. Yes, I'm worried about them on every map right now with them at 0-11. But especially a game mode like this, which Optic have been playing more and more as of late. You can tell they're getting more and more comfortable with how it plays out. Already down to 1-0 in the opening 2 minutes.
Xerox tried to fly forward there from Vitality and make a play, but Formal holding. And Formal was able to get that kill. Crim 6 then trades it out. Whalers, the last person here. The rest of his team has just dropped. No chance to make a play in that. They're not even going to bother with the return. They're just going to flood across the map. They'll leave that for Formal off spawn.
Might as well. Might as well. Map positioning is everything, and now Vitality frantically trying to cover their lanes. They've got 2 people watching the outside right lane. 1 now picking up middle map. They know Whalers is in the back of the map. No challenge yet from Scump, as Mauls will get first blood.
Scump tried to play a little bit sneaky there, but Mauls sniffs it out. Mauls gets 3 kills there.
Yeah, he's single-handedly wiping the Optic Gaming team.
Yeah, that was incredible for Mauls. He's got 1 more to go through. That's a stun in. The stun misses, though.
But what I tell you, from map 1, it was in those scrappy moments for this Vitality team, it always seems like Mauls is the best at reacting, reading the situation. Even there shows it again. Right now, look at the positioning that he's getting himself. Only able to get 1, but either way, he's a big reason why they're now going to get a flag pulled on out. Can they get away before the stun hits from Formal? No, Formal will get the shots down in time.
He's still got it out, though. And you've got Mauls coming to give him help. You talked about Mauls needing to make those plays at times. Can he do it again here? Attacks the Formal, backs him up, looking towards mid-map, but he's been stunned. He will eventually get his head ripped there by Karma. Riskin still trying to make a play. They can't get it through, though. Crim is there with a big 2-piece. The return, the pull, and this is another cap. Unless Mauls can do... I mean, he did pick up 3 on this side of the map, but unfortunately with Scump's already set up at the barrel, Mauls has no chance.
No shot at all. The thing at that time is Optic when you're running it down middle on this map and you've got a player on one side, it's the easiest thing to read. It's like, oh, we just have to cover our bottom lane right there. Karma still trying to keep this push forward. Another flag's been pulled by Optic. Formal goes for the gunfight. And Crim should hear the final one. Doesn't as of yet. There's one player right next to him. They know where Xerox is. Crim will clean him up. 3-0 Optic. Crim's got 2 streaks.
Glide bomb in.
They'll call out
Multiple Mauls, we'll see you later. He gets dropped. Mid-map, Riskin will get dropped. Scump knows he's got one right above him. He's going to push in and challenge this, and he wins another gunfight. Vitality's just falling to pieces right now.
Oh my God! Scump also sticks Xerox, adding insult to injury. He's going to try to single-handedly clear this base out 4 in a row, nearly the 5th. The damage has been already done. There's the trade from Formal. He's fully streaked out. They know where Whalers is as well. He's now dead. Players coming off spawn. Crim hungry for as many kills as possible. 14-5, 15-5. Artillery earned. Balls, welcome back, pal. You're in Crim's home, and he's eaten today.
Exactly. Whose base is this? felt like it was Optic
My
for
God.
a second. Like, they were just coming off spawn and getting tagged within seconds there. Filthy stuff from Optic Gaming. There won't be a final touch here. The half will close out 3-0 for Optic.
Sheesh.
In a bloodbath of a first half.
That is, that's rough. And you know what it is? It's like Optic didn't score 6 flags and a half. But my God, did they have map positioning the entire time.
It felt like 6
Yeah.
flags.
3-0 for all the circumstance that was shown. A couple streaks used. I mean, I guess if you're Vitality, you're like, okay, we can still come back. Didn't Optic come back from being down in their 2K Pro League Challenge match yesterday, I believe, in CTF to stay alive? I know you didn't watch. You were.
I watched highlights.
Yeah.
I was in bed early, like a
No, you were being a good boy. Gym in the morning, you know.
yeah.
Healthy life. Guys, if you want to live a healthy life, you follow everything Maven's done.
Yeah. Drink lots of water and hope you live.
That's the thought everyone has. I hope I live every day. Take that from Maven. I hope I live today.
Well, we're 40 seconds into this half, and it's once again pressure from Optic Gaming. Every one-on-one fight seems to go the way of Optic. Streaks will be invested in this.
And they're going to spawn right up into this.
Thankfully, they've got Mountain on, so you get some hit markers. Do you finish it there? You are able to get one. Flag has not been pulled out as of now. As I say, though, Scump going to grab it. Scump challenges the back, and Scump's able to win it before being traded out. Nice job by Whalers. Nice job by Whalers. Cheeky little position there to at least give his team a chance. But you do pull out a glide bomb as well. Crim will have the flag. He's had some crazy plays by himself in this type of position, but he's got to get through multiple players right now and not able to do it. Riskin gets it.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen an FG42 player pull the flag on London Docks. I don't think I've ever seen that. But there, Crim was like, fine, I'm the last one here. Let me just go for it. Stuns so useful in this game mode. A lot of Optic actually running airborne prime, to believe. Scump has it on, as well as Karma. Formal, not exactly sure. So, something about this map for Optic. They're having 3 players run prime. I think it... Is it because... Can we swap to Vitality? How many players are running stuns? 1? All right, so Whalers does. Mauls and Xerox have to wait till they're off spawn as Optic pull another flag. But the reason I bring this up is we've seen Vitality in the past. There's another stun. Run quad stuns. Here it's a 2-2 split. But Optic not really caring if they get stunned. They'd rather have primed for gunfights instead of hunger.
And this is a map where you just are constantly having those mid-range gunfights with your PPSH. Advanced rifling, making those fights a little bit quicker. I mean, think back to that 3-piece Crim6 got just a week ago. He melted 3 mid-map with the PPSH without advanced rifling. That does not happen as quickly. But there is your 4th cap. It is all Optic Gaming here in the series. It is all Optic Gaming here on map 3.
And you know, this is a strategy, right, where I'm wondering, you know, do Optic use the same tactic versus other teams where they know it's less of a stun fest, or, you know, they're maybe not as confident in their ability to stomp a map out? Is this something that they only use for certain scenarios? I'm wondering. Because 3 players running airborne primed, it's very unique. It reminds me of, you know, when Prime was everything a few months ago.
Well, the greed on the weaponry certainly paying off right now. But there you get 3 kills from Team Vitality.
Hey, Malsh gets a kill. He's got streaks.
Yeah, it's just the problem that you're under 2 minutes.
Oh, they're not going to win.
You need full streaks on every single player, and even then it's going to be bordering on impossible just because of the clock.
You need full streaks from every player so they can all call them in while a fifth guy runs the flag.
Yeah, right.
That's the issue. 90 seconds left. Just waiting for this one to move on out. I believe Optic Gaming, they have another match today, right? They play 2, I saw.
It's Echo Fox, right?
Yes, so
yeah,
that'll be a great one later on.
Well, think about how opposite you are going into that match. You know, if you're Echo Fox, you got smoked by Red. If you're Optic, you just annihilated Vitality. So 2 different mindsets you got to think heading into that match tonight.
Optic obviously beat Echo Fox in the 2K Pro Challenge last night. So
it's 4 down again. Karma with some nice shots there. He's going to run forward, grab this, wants to make it a 5th. Spawning in the back is the team, but can he get away? Almost to the edge. Scump though grabs it. Scump tries to throw an 8 out. Just needs a little bit of help. The help is going to be in the form of the fighter pilot. And now Scump's out. Crimson the base again, trying to set up camp. No FG42 this time. It'll be the PPSH. He gets caught, but it doesn't matter. Across the map is Scump. 45 seconds left, and there's your 5th cap.
Positive 25 is Optic Gaming now. On a map like Flak Tower, that is, I think it might be impossible to win if you're getting outslayed by 25 kills.
Yeah,
that's any team. I mean, I don't know if that's possible.
Not on CTF. Not on this map especially though. Karma, still trying to get things done in the final moments. Another streak invested here from Optic. But right now, just waiting really for this best of 5 to finish, as it was an easy victory for Optic. You know, I asked Scump on Hot Mic, you know, if the week a little bit easier, not having to face TK and Rise, and he was like, no, I wouldn't say easier. Well, debatable after that series.
GG's all around. Optic Gaming start week 2, just like they ended week 1. Undefeated and looking good here at the CWL Pro League. As they'll go ahead and fist bump their opponents. I must say again, Optic do not take their opponents lightly there, which is key. They cannot take their foot off the gas pedal for a moment. Remember, this is a double round robin league, so we will have these same teams out here again, you know, a month from now, or a few weeks from now at this point, to do this all over. Every win counts.
Yeah, and if you're Vitality on the other side of this, you know, you're starting out 0-12, still looking for that map. Tough series to kick off week 2. No way around it. Tough series, but there's still, you know, you mentioned there's 42 maps to play, well, potentially. Yeah. But you have so many series left. I know it seems like we've had a lot of matches here, but we're very, very early in stage 1 still. Plenty of time to turn it around, but I don't know. You didn't see much to root for in that particular series.
No, it's a rough one. A rough one without a doubt. But that's it for now from us. Another 3-0 on the main stage. Ben, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you very much, Clint. That series goes pretty much as everyone expected. Hot 3-0 from Optic Gaming. And I think when you talk big picture now, the question is, Vitality obviously at the bottom, still yet to win a map. Do you see them maybe not finishing like stone last? Like when you compare Vitality now with Mindfreak, Joe, like who's ahead in your opinion?
I think we've seen more potential from Mindfreak. You know, you've seen at least 1 map win, right? But really just the potential of the players. I mean, you have Shocks, who's had a great game. Fida, you know the potential of Mindfreak. They have a very solid roster, but I mean, coming into stage 1, you know that Vitality, they've upset teams before. They beat Luminosity, they beat Envy. Sure, you could say that Luminosity series, like maybe they were just testing a few maps, they were going through the veto process, but they were still able to beat them. And you know that even at New Orleans, this series, this Optic Gaming Vitality series was very close. I mean, Vitality was taking maps, so it just seems like, I don't know if people have figured Vitality out, if they're not playing their strengths right now. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but this doesn't seem like the Vitality we saw just a couple of weeks ago.
And even, oh God, that's just painful to look at. Even then, though, it's a situation for fight. I know, it's just 0-0. Like, how do you let that? But yeah, that's
9
just.
and a 6 too.
Anyway, yeah, Vitality, they've shown signs of life, but even when they're showing signs of life, they're still not winning. So, like, the takeaways that they've been playing teams close. To answer your question, Ben, between them and Mindfreak. Yeah. So Vitality has played teams close, but obviously haven't won a single map. Mindfreak has had, well, won the map that they did win, but also maps that they should have won. Again, I think Mindfreak, their biggest problem is their hard point, but their S&D, they could have been very easily 2-1 instead of 0-3. Again, their first blood rate is the highest in the league. 60% of the rounds they go into with a man advantage. So Mindfreak, all the potential in the world there. Still, though, when they play Vitality, I'm not saying it's clear-cut Mind Freak wins. I think Vitality, that's obviously going to be their best opportunity to take a map, but Mind Freak, I think, would just definitely have the edge in the series. Mind Freak has more upset potential on the rest of the teams in the league.
Okay, well, obviously, map 2 was a little closer, Joe. One thing to note, we were talking a little bit about it yesterday. Scump with the sniper rifle, still pulling it out today. Obviously, yes, against Vitality. Do you think we'll see him do it later on against Echo Fox?
I mean, if it's working, right, he seems to be pretty comfortable with it. He's finding a few little cheeky spots where, you know, we see Kenny do it on TK, and I think it just sort of switches up the mentality of the team that they're facing, of their opponents, where, you know, he's playing very aggressive on those ruins, and then he pulls out the snipe. It's, again, something that Kenny tends to do on USS Texas and Arden4. So I think it's just some mind games that we might see more from Scum.
Well, he's definitely good with it. Obviously, we've seen him do it a couple of times throughout the history of his career, but definitely seems to be having a lot of success on World War II with that sniper. Whether it's just going to be a phase or whether he's going to keep rocking it, we'll wait and see. But then, of course, we go over to Game 3. At this point, Optic Gaming 2-0 up, and, well, Flag Tower went about as you probably would think it would. Chance Optic Gaming completely dominate.
Yeah, no, the thing that stands out to me about this map is Maven and Courage were talking about is there's 42 maps total that these teams will play at a minimum, and I hadn't done that math in my head yet, so I was surprised to see that's the actual credit of the map. Optic just had their way with them. There was never a moment where, I mean, Vitality maybe could have gotten a flag or two, but they lost 5-0. Again, Optic just absolutely in cruise control. Never a concern for them to be off by anything. There's no bad takeaways for Optic. All 4 players look fantastic in every single game. Oh, no big deal.
Now, here's what I find interesting, right? The matchup later on in the day, it's the 8:30 p.m. game, Echo Fox versus Optic Gaming. You have Echo Fox coming off a 3-0 loss, Optic Gaming obviously coming off a 3-0 win. Is that going to play any part, do you think, Joe?
Well, I just walked past the warm-up, and I heard Aqua just kind of say, man, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we kind of suck at London Docks. Kind of like, yeah, that happened. So I imagine they're not going to play London Docks Search or Hardpoint, in which Echo Fox, they'll probably have a better performance on the other maps. What we saw yesterday from Echo Fox was, again, Aqua and Assault, when they're able to step up and have that slaying power, they're very hard to stop. That Saint-Marie Dumont was a very close game. You know, the CTF in the second hardpoint weren't too close, but they do have a ton of potential. I think it's going to be a lot different. I imagine, as I said, Echo Fox is already back there warming up. I'm sure Optic, right after that win, they might get a snack, but they're going to head right back to that warm-up station. They know how important and big of a match that is.
Of course, still